how we are trading them. Today is Wednesday, July 10th, and the S&P makes a new record again. Traders definitely waiting for CPI data. We'll see what's going on. And Goldman raises Tesla's price target. LegalZoom gets hammered. Plus, we'll take a look at open positions that we are in. As you can see, there's a lot to talk about. So let's get it. Let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I'm running the show solo again. And this is because Marcus is not feeling well. So wishing him a speedy recovery. Hope he's feeling well soon. Might be able to join me tomorrow. But in the meantime, let's see what's going on. And I promise that you are in good hands. Let me go ahead and switch on over to a chart of not the S&P 500. Let's look at this. S&P 500. Can the S&P be stopped? We see that there have been 5 consecutive new records. On Tuesday, new record high. On Wednesday, that would be a new record close. On Wednesday, a new record close and a new record intraday high. And then on Friday, or actually it was Thursday, Wednesday was a holiday. Friday, record high again. On Monday, record high again. Tuesday, even though the S&P finished higher by just 4 points, which is 0.07% higher, still counts as a new record. Today, opening higher again, right now up 0.2%. And if we look at a 5-minute chart, there really isn't a lot of movement at all. Traders trying to figure out, what do we do with this record high business? And is there some data that will help us see a continuation of this move, or should we be concerned? Is there some profit taking on the horizon? Right now, it's hurry up and wait. Trading just slightly lower than the open, but still positive for the day because of that gap higher. And it looks like it's just a similar day to day. Yesterday, there was a gap higher, and then a push to intraday highs, and then a pullback, making some intraday lows, and then chopping around all trading session. Today, pretty much an exact copy of what we had yesterday. And looking at the economic calendar, there are some items on the calendar that could potentially move the market, and we weren't sure with Fed Chair Powell testifying today. He is still on Capitol Hill, but testifying before the House Financial Services Committee. Yesterday, it was the Senate. It's labeled as a red flag report because you never know if there's something that's going to be said that just sparks a crazy move in the market. And I think back to Alan Greenspan and his irrational exuberance comments, and how that just freaked the markets out. You never know, but it definitely seems as though Powell has learned from his predecessors. And also that his statement, he doesn't get rattled. His statement continues to be the same thing that he continues to reiterate, and he's not shaken. So it doesn't look like he's given us any nuggets that we don't already know. And traders just not interested right now because of what he's saying. Looking at a few other yellow flag reports, there are some Fed members speaking, but looking at tomorrow, it now definitely appears as though traders are waiting for CPI data. So we have core CPI, CPI, year-over-year CPI, unemployment claims, weekly unemployment claims, or maybe there's a surprise there. But we're definitely seeing this diddle day. No real activity, no real movement, no real direction either way. And traders are in wait and see mode. So tomorrow could be a big day. It definitely feels like we're ready to do something in the market. And then even if it's not tomorrow, Friday could be the day with PPI data, which typically is a little less significant from a trading perspective than CPI data. Traders tend to put a little more emphasis and focus on CPI data. But then on Friday, not only do we have PPI data, but we also have earnings, big bank earnings, JP Morgan in particular, reporting before the bell on Friday. So even though it's quiet and slow and lethargic right now, and their markets are making new records, Thursday and Friday it could get a little more exciting. Actually, let's go back to PowerX Optimizer and look at the heat map here. Just see what's going on in the S&P 500, and we see that there's actually a decent amount of green. Software seems to be a little red, and then banks seem to be a little red. MasterCard down 2.6%, Visa down 1.6%, JP Morgan down 0.6%, but a decent amount of green, and Nvidia right now standing out, up 1.4%, Apple up 0.9%, Microsoft 0.7%, Amazon 0.3%, Tesla down slightly, Google up 0.9%, Meta up 0.2%. So not big movement in the market, but some of the bigger names showing some gains today. AMD standing out though. AMD rallying today. TSM also rallying. Taiwan Semiconductor. So TSM is up more than 2% here, and they said that they reported revenue from April through June this year that was 673.51 billion compared to 654.27 billion expected, and that seems to be helping some of these chip companies here. Taking a look at some other movers here, let's pop on over to Tesla, because Tesla has just been on a crazy run here. It'll be interesting to see if that continues once we see earnings from Tesla. But what a run after breaking through the 200 level. I saw that Goldman Sachs did increase Tesla's target by $73 to 248, which it has surpassed by now. But that they're still neutral. So it actually implies some downside for Tesla. So they still have Tesla as a hold, and they've revised their target, which is now below what Tesla is trading at. So does that help or hurt Tesla? Traders don't care right now. Tesla up 0.2%, and also trying to digest this move here after such a real sharp rally. That's just crazy. Big move for Tesla. Talking about big moves, let's look at LegalZoom here. I think it's LZ is the ticker symbol. Nasty move for LegalZoom. Look at this. Down 27% here. They reported earnings and they cut their full year guidance. Maybe we pop on over to TradingView on a daily chart, and then we'll also see if there are some. No, the earnings not showing up in TradingView yet as well, but they cut their full year guidance. They saw that they see their revenue. Actually, maybe that's ahead of earnings. They have dropped their revenue and now see it coming in a range of 675 to 685 billion. The original guidance was between 700 and 720 million. And they also said that their CEO has resigned effective immediately. So LegalZoom getting hammered and actually opening much lower. Here we see this drop down 32% at the open, coming off of the worst of these lows, but still down 26.5%. So hopefully you weren't a LegalZoom holder going into today's session, because it does not look pretty, and LegalZoom having some issues there for sure. With that said, there isn't a whole lot to talk about as traders wait for inflation data. So let's take a look at open positions. And let's move back over to PowerX Optimizer and let's look at the WTF analyzer. And on the WTF side, we have no new open signals for today, but there was an exit RTX, an exit and 190 the exit price. So a small loss on this one, no longer in RTX. And both Marcus and I close this today at the open based on the rules. The other open positions right now, early on, it was nice to see everything in the green. Now it's a little bit mixed. Disney's down a little bit. DHR is a trade that I'm in on the WTF side. That one's up a little bit. Moderna is up a little bit for the trading session. This is one that I bought earlier on a WTF signal, and then I also bought more shares at a 5% drop. And right now, this is slightly higher for the session. Merck bouncing back a little bit. This one, gosh, we got into the trade here on Monday, July 1st, and it took off. It was just beautiful, pulling back to those levels that we entered at. Now rallying again. So looking forward to seeing this move and getting out like we were hoping for originally. But following the rules, looks like it's going to be a winner. And we'll see if we have an exit for tomorrow morning or if it takes a little bit of a higher move before we get that exit. PCAR also all over the place, down a little bit today after rallying early on. TTWO pulling back some and down a little bit for the day, but looking to find some momentum to the upside at this point. Will we see a bottom? Right now, not yet, making lower lows, and we will see where we go. But a little bit mixed early on. It was everything green except for Disney, and now a little bit mixed with PCAR and Take Two down for the trading session. So these are the positions that I am in on the WTF side. And we'll see if there are more opportunities to pick up tomorrow or more exits to consider. Moving on to the WTF strategy, CSIQ just doing its CSIQ thing, up early, gapping higher, rallying, got to 1617, up nicely. Right now, still higher for the session, up 0.6%, trading at 1573, but slightly below where we started the day. It was a real nice start, and we'll see if we stay at these levels. It looks like if we really take a look at where we've been trading, not considering the highs and lows of each session, it looks like this 1550 level seems to be where traders want CSIQ to go. And the line chart can be oversimplified, but sometimes it just gets rid of all of the noise, right? Look at where we were back in May. 1550 rallied, 1550 rally, came back, 1550 paused, got down to 14, came back up 1550. Is this the line in the sand for CSIQ? That's where we did that rescue mission. I got 50 cents on that rescue. So in a sense, it's like picking up shares at 15 if I'm tying that premium collected into the strike that I sold. And right now, above where we did that partial rescue, definitely hoping that we can see some traction on this one, get some movement to the upside there, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Halliburton. Halliburton, nice little reversal today. Started lower, now above $33 a share, up 0.6% for the trading session. Still looking to sell calls at $34.50 right now. Based on my plan, I can't get 30% at the level that I would like to sell calls at, but we could go over here to the wheel calculator and take a look at the call selling calculator. And we could first take a look at the July 12th expiration and see what the call premium looks like. 30% right now. You could get 42% at the 33.50 strike. And again, I'm trying to get that 34.50 strike. That's my cost basis. So only 10% annualized there. If I look out another week, which I will do on a Wednesday, I'm happy to go out to the following week and also look at this week's expiration. Here, if we go out a week, we see that there's 30% annualized on the 34 strike, 22 at the 34.50. So getting close, getting close. If we go out a week, not too bad. That minimum threshold that I look for, though, 30% annualized. Would like to see a little more upside, and I'd be happy to sell next week's calls, get some premium at that 34.50 level for half of the position, and then see if we can see some follow through to the upside and the ability to sell a higher strike and actually make some money on the stock as well. That's a nice little turbo boost for the profitability there when we could make some money on the stock in addition to the call premium. UPS just hanging out at these lower levels, and this is where sometimes in our mastermind calls we do some really extensive charting and fancy analysis and charting, and so this is a super sophisticated technical secret and a charting secret that sometimes traders don't know about. But if you draw arrows on your chart to help price, right? Because it's all about price action, right? So if you take that action and draw an arrow and combine it with the price action, you can help direct the price of the stock. I know not many people know about that, but it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I mean, bottom line, UPS is a solid company. I think we might need to see some earnings here for UPS to make a move. Seeing some support around 134, 135. Right now, trading at 134.44. Flat for the trading session. Just trying to find some direction there, but would love to see it break to the upside, get to this upper range here where we've been before. UPS is solid, but definitely having some quiet days and trading around support, and would love to get a catalyst here going to help us and this very sophisticated charting tip here I know will also help. So that's UPS, and looking for ups to go ups. All right. Well, I mentioned that Marcus is not feeling well, so unable to join me today. But I hope you liked this video. I hope you liked the analysis and the review of what's going on in these markets, and also the positions that we are currently in and trading. Just to wrap things up, Crocs. I just wanted to share here, not really a trader joke, but I think you'll appreciate this. If you arrive late, can you truly arrive fashionably late if you're wearing a pair of Crocs? All right. Well, we'll have some better jokes when Marcus gets back, I promise. But in the meantime, Crocs, crikey. We'll see everybody back here tomorrow. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we will be back here tomorrow. And until then, happy trading, everybody.